Hello everyone. So today I'm going to tell you about easy way to know the basic formulas of Microsoft Excel. So usually what students and people do is that they go to YouTube and then they search for different Excel formulas and then they watch YouTube videos. But there is another way that you can use to know all the basic formulas that is been required. So for that, all you need to do is that you need to go and open your Microsoft Excel. So I have this Excel opened for me, and in this you can see various different templates that are there in the Excel. These are the inbuilt templates. The first one is the blank workbook that most of the people they click on it and open the plain new workbook. And there are other workbooks as well by the name of organization chart, pivot table tutorial, drop down tutorial, and formula tutorial. So you can also learn about pivot tables and why pivot table is used, how it is used, and how it can be beneficial for an individual. So all the steps have been given in this pivot table tutorial. But today in this video, we'll be looking into the formula tutorial. So what are the basic formulas that people should know while using Excel to make the process a little bit easy? So once I double click it and once I create and download this template, then you can see that there are a lot of sheets that is already there in this workbook. And the first is the basic. It will start with formulas and see you have a lot of formulas in each sheet that you can learn. The first sheet has the formulas of basics, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and power. And the next sheet is about the formulas of sum and count. The next sheet has formulas of average. Then it comes from minimum and maximum, date and time, joint text and numbers, and if statement, VLOOKUP, conditional functions, function wizard, formula error, and there are more things that you can learn. So, so this is very basic. This has all the information that you can read and do it yourself without any external help. But in this video, I'm going to tell you in more detail about how to do it if you are very basic, if you have very basic knowledge. So addition nothing means plus sign. For every formula, for every function, you should remember that it starts with an equal to sign. And if you want to add these two numbers, that is C2 and C3, then what you need to do is that you click on this C2, add plus sign equal to C2 plus C3. And then when you click on enter, it will give 3. So same goes for subtraction. The formula will start from equal to sign C2 minus C3 and it will remain the same, right? You cannot drop down because once you drop down, it will implement the same formulas, but on this multiplication, we would require another formulas, right? So there's also given some extra credit that you can raise a value to a power by using the caret symbol. So this symbol that you know from shift 6, that is also called a caret symbol. For example, in the power one, that is the caret one, we start with equal to C2 raised to the power. So we'll press shift and 6 and then it will be raised to the power 6 and then press enter, it will again give 1 because 1 raised to power n is 1. But on the other hand, you can also do it like uh, equals to shift 6, right? So you can do this. It's the same thing that I was talking about. Now let's move to the other function, that is the sum function. So sum function also starts from equal to sign equal to the function name is called sum. And once you click the sum function, we can see there are other functions that starts from SUM, that is sum that we require right now. Some extra credit, that is a different thing. Sum if, sum product, sum SKU. No, these are different functions that you will know once you start using Excel on daily basis. So click on tab. So see, these are the basic things that very few people talk about, but is very important for a beginner to know. So so always remember that the function will start from equal to sign, and once you press equal to sign, you will have to write the name of the function that you want to implement. The name of the function is sum. So these are the different functions, and to implement this function, that yeah, this is the function that is also been highlighted in the different range of functions, that this is the function that you are selecting and you will be selecting. So to select it, either you can press the tab button or you click on the sum function. So let me click on the sum function. Double click. You need to double click it, or you can also click on the tab button. So you see, yeah, this also tells you what should be your next step. So if you suppose forget that what I have to do, then you can simply see this formula and it will automatically tell you what is the next step that you should know. You should do put as input. So the first uh, number that I want to add is 50. So click on 50, and then the other number want to add is 100. Then I should use a comma for that the first number is finished, and then I'm going to add the second number. So this is the second number that I'm adding. Then put comma. Then this is the third number that I'm adding, and again put comma. This is the fourth number I'm adding, and these are all the four numbers that I have to add. Then this. Let me do it again. Somehow it's not working. My mouse is not working. So, alright. Equal to sum of first number. So I have added all those numbers, and once I've added all those numbers, I just click on enter and I will see the sum is 260. The other way that you can do this is by, first of all, putting the equal to sign, the name of the function that I want to do. The sum function is been highlighted there, and this is the function that I want to implement. So click on tab. You can also use your mouse and just select all those cells. And once you select all those cells, it will use the column symbol here. That means that you have selected the whole column, and then click on enter. And the best use and the best you can say that the best quality of the Microsoft Excel is that you have once you have added the function, then if you want to change anything, the function will automatically be updated. So this is the best thing, that you don't need to add the function again and again if you do some edits. For example, the amount of cake is 50 and see the sum is 260. And if I increase the amount of cake from 50 to 60, and if I click on enter, the sum of the total amount will increase from 260 to 270. See, and the count means that what how many values are, or how many numbers are there. For example, here we can easily count that there are five numbers, but suppose if there are 95 numbers, 95 items, and it would be difficult and time consuming for us to count them individually by one. So, so to ease that situation, we use the count function. So here you can also do some practice for the sum function. And the average means, as the name suggests, it gives the average. So from equal to sign, average, and you can select the whole numbers by selecting with your mouse and keep pressing it from one number to the last number, and it will automatically select all those numbers. And in the formula also, you will see that all the numbers are there, all the cells are there, and it is been attached with the column sign. That means you have selected the whole column, you have not selected one number by another, because if you would have selected one number by another, all the numbers, all the cells would be separated by a comma. I'll just repeat what I was saying. So the first thing that I was saying is that you select all the numbers using your mouse. So it will be showing you the column. And if you would have selected all these numbers using one by one, then see number one, and you will select number one, you will put comma, and you will select number two, then you will put comma, and then you will select number three, you will close the bracket and you will press enter. So these are the two methods that you can use. So also I would like to tell you one thing is that the formula that you have used, you can see that here in the formula tab. So for example, uh, the average is showing 43.33, but you don't know the formula that you used, or somebody else had used a formula earlier and you have got this Excel and you want to know what's the formula. Then you click on this, you will know the formula, or uh, some people they hide these formula tabs. So if you are not able to show the formula, then you can also double click and you will also show the formula. There is also another way that you can see the formulas is just by clicking on the 43.33 average and you want to know the formula, and in this you can click on the formulas and then you click on here show formula. Right now it's not showing, but it is the way that you can, yeah, you can see it's been showing formula, and I again repress it, so it is showing the original value. So this is how you can also see what formula you have used or how to see the formula of a function. And again, this is for the practice. So this is for the average. The next sheet is for the minimum and maximum. Minimum is the minimum value among all these items, and maximum means the maximum value among all these items. So here we can easily see by our naked eyes is that the minimum value is for the orange, that is 20. But let's say there are 100 values, 100 different types of items, and each item has different amount. So it would be difficult for us to know what is the minimum value, because we have to search one by one and we have to remember we should not make any mistakes. But here in Excel, this is a very important and beneficial way for us to easily see what's the minimum value. And for the minimum value, like any other function, you will start with equal to sign, and then you will write the name of the function that you want to implement. And right now the name of the function is minimum, and minimum will only have MIN, not all alphabets of minimum. It will always see MIN, and click on tab. So what are the numbers? These are the numbers I'm pressing uh, all at once with my mouse, and this is the minimum function. And here it will start with maximum function and select all the numbers, close the bracket and equal to sign. So one thing you might have noticed, I'm not sure whether each one of you have noticed or not. See, here I have mentioned minimum. So when I was mentioning it, you can watch the video again by just clicking 20 minutes before. So I did not use MINS in capitals, and but here I use MAX in capitals. So Excel is not case sensitive; it is case insensitive. So if you even write in MIN in either with caps lock off or on, it will see that you should just write the name of the function correctly. It will automatically detect the name of the function, and once you enter it, it will automatically upscale the name of the function. I hope upskill is the right word. Now, Neil, let's go to the next tab. So today's date. So today's date is 23rd of July 2023. And if you don't know the today's date and suppose your function is not, your laptop or your computer doesn't have the date, then you can just simply click equal to sign today, and that's it. And the best part is that it is live. It is a volatile function. For example, if I save this and if I open this the next day, it will show me the date 24th of July. So it is very volatile, and it is also a good thing because it will always be updated regularly every time once you open the workbook. So for current time will start by the function now. So this is the current time. So the next workbook is join function. So join means that your first column has the first name and your next column is the last name. So here you will have to join them using the first name and last name. For example, Andy Smith, the full name is Nancy Smith, her full name is Nancy Smith, but here the second name is Andy North. So you should write the full name Andy North. So for that, there are two functions that I know. There might be other functions as well that you can use. The most easy and most common one is concatenate. So you can just write concat is the name of the function. That means you are adding the function. Uh, Adding, not numerically adding, but adding means adding the names. Uh, Select the first function, comma, and then selecting the second function and closing the brackets, click on enter. See, this is the thing that I want to explain you is that I use this formula, and here there is no sign, no space that has been mentioned here. So for that, I have to use this double apostrophe icon, and then I have to give space in that, and then double apostrophe. Then I would use the comma. So I would use these two double quotes. Double quote means that whatever there is in between them, it will termed as text. You can also see in the formula it is been mentioned. It is being instituted as a text, that it has been considered as text. And what should be there in between text? If you want to add comma, it would be Andy, comma North. I don't want to add comma, but I want to add space. So I would use this space and click on enter in Andy North. Another way that another formula that you can do is that click on enter and just click on the first name and then shift 7, comma, double quote, space, quote, and shift 7 and last name. There must be something wrong with it. Let me just do it again. So I should not use comma here. Yeah. So this is another formula. You can also see this formula in the left side of this sheet that has been there. And for last name and first name, it is easy. I know you can do this. Equal to select last name first and then apostrophe, give it a comma and then give it space, comma, and then it will do space and then Sorry, I did not use the shift and 7 here, and then again use the shift and 7 like the first name, and voila, here it is. So this is how you can join the text of two different cells. The next book is worksheet is if statement. If statement is very important, and it could make your life very easy while using the Excel. So if statement means that if this is true, then what, and if this is false, then what. For example, if logical test C9 is equal to, and if I want to add text, then I have to use this double apostrophe mark. Apple. I'm not using apple, I'm using apple. If this is apple, then I used one thing, and then means the next step is what? Then I have to use comma, then true, true. Select this, either double click on it or press tab, or if it's not, then false, false. And if I would correct the spelling, true. So you can also do some practice over here. So these are the different types of functions that you can do, and you should know if you use, if you are going to use Excel, because it will make your life easy. VLOOKUP is also one of the most important functions, and for it you need to have Microsoft 365, because in the lower versions there is no VLOOKUP. So these are the conditions: SUMIF, COUNTIF, SUMIF, COUNTIF. So all the functions, formulas are been given here. You can easily use this, and I hope that this video has been beneficial for you, and this is might be a new thing that you would have learned today, because Excel itself has these tutorial that very few people know. Most of the people, they go on YouTube and search for these formulas, but you can learn these formulas all by yourself. And in the starting of the video, as there are also different tutorials of how to use pivot tables and everything about pivot table, so you can learn basics about Excel in Excel itself. You don't need to go on YouTube and learn. So it's quite ironic that you are learning it on YouTube and I'm telling you not to learn it on YouTube. You can learn it yourself. But it is what it is. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys really really soon. Thank you.